Hello everyone, I'm Bezat. I wanted to suggest some stuff for the stock fire, and I couldn't put them in text because I overthinked a lot about this a few days before, and I was busy. I couldn't type it for Noah or for the community, but I said, why not make a video about it? And now I'm making the video, I'm gonna explain, but I decided to put the video on my YouTube channel, which I haven't used for years. So maybe random people watch it. I just gonna go through what is Stockfire is, in case they're interested, and then I'm gonna explain what I wanted to suggest about the game. Stockfire is a real-time strategy web app. You can look it that way, or a survival game. You need to keep the fire of your village, like what is here, alive, and your fire shouldn't burn out, and you need to increase the number of villagers you have by gathering resources and making huts and bringing more villagers in. You need to stock your fire every 72 hours. You can do it sooner, but it's better to do it at 72 hours, and I have 1 hour 28 minutes left. I pay some stuff, resources, and I gain some stuff, and I also need to pay fire, which is, you can look at the subscription, like it costs you for now it's like $3-4 amount, but you get some reward back, so it's not like that. For example, I played since Christmas, I guess I get this amount of reward in Ethereum, so it's sometimes maybe it could be investment. You can even gain money. Sometimes it's just like you paying a subscription to play the game. That's not what I'm here to talk about. You can play it on the web, on your PC. You can play it on your mobile phone. You can play it on Farcaster Warpcast as a frame like this. And it is developed by a great group, Noah, who is the profile you're watching as, is the developer of the game, and the game is still under development. It's so new, but it was fun. So I had some thoughts I wanted to share. If you are not playing Stokefire, you can leave at this part of the video, because I'm going to explain some stuff that will be boring. We had some new user joining the game recently because of the frame that the real good team of the Stockfire prepared for the game on Warpcast. And let's go to the business I had, the suggestion. I wanted to actually suggest some new resources and some new buildings. It's all my thoughts. It shouldn't be this way. If you don't want it, it's just a suggestion to make people brainstorm maybe later, or maybe the developer can get something out of it. I like to talk about the things I'm thinking about. So here I made a file that will explain it all. I wanted to suggest that the game add 2 more resources and 3 more buildings. The resources would be stone and steel, and the buildings will be mine, forge, and some stone walls as a layer of defenses. Because the PvP at the moment in the game, the raids are nice. It gives you a boost if you win, if you defend well, if you attack well, it gives you a boost. But it is it has some randomness in it, which I wanted to overcome, and which I wanted to tilt a bit toward strategy. So this will give the game a little bit more strategy. And I should mention that the numbers I put in this file, I calculated a lot, but they can be changed. This is what I thought would be best, but maybe they are too much, maybe they are too low. They can be changed, but this is just for reference. I did some calculation on this though. So actually, if I want to talk about the general idea, is we should have a mine that we get a stone from, and then we can use the stone either to use the walls for defense, or either to use the ores to extract steel, which will work like a weapon for us for attacking. So these mines give us stone and steel, so we can use them in attack and in defense. Uh, The mines, I think it should appear around 200 population, and the costs are mentioned here, either 20% of the village or 300 wood minimum. And you can have unlimited number. These will work like lumbers and farms, so they produce stone over time. And I don't think we should have something like logging in the game that we have, or gathering food. It should be just over time. And then there are forges. Forges make the stones into actually steels, and they don't require villagers. They have, for example, 12-hour cooldown, and they just use some stone, for example 100 stone and 20 wood, to give back around 15 to 30 steel. So you don't put villagers on this, because you already put your villagers to gather stone, and you already put villagers to gather wood. We don't want to waste your villagers' time to make forges, and forges work automatically, but they have cooldown and they give you a low amount of steel, and they are not cheap. And you can also use stones as their original form as a stone to make stone walls, and you can only make up to 4 walls, and each one get more expensive. The walls, what they do is they give you a boost in defense. They add 20% defense chance to all materials you're defending. I'm going to explain later that in this scenario you need to choose defending wood, food, and steel, one of them. Instead of wood and food that we have now, you need to choose between 3 materials. So you need the extra layer of defense. So these will add 20%. Each layer adds 20%. So if you have 80% all the 4 layers, which is not cheap. The layer 1 is 100 stone. The layer 2 is 250, 500, and 1000 for the 3rd and 4th layer. Then you will have around 80% more defense, even on your undefended materials. So that will make some strategy for players who want to secure their farm. And also each attack, whether it's not they're good, I mean they prevail or not, they are successful or not, they destroy a 50% durability of a layer. So if you have a like level 4 wall and you got attacked twice, you lose your level 4 wall, and you still have your level 3 wall and level 2 wall and layer 1 wall. So the 50% durability is that it gives you a warning to try to gather the material again and use the material later when the wall is destroyed to make your layer again if you want to. And how does the steel work? Steel boosts your attack. So while raiding, if you have a steel, it will automatically use your steel up to 20% of the target population. For example, a village has 1,000 villager and you're attacking it, you can consume over like around 200 steel to attack it to boost your defense. And if you use 200, it will boost your defense like 40% in attacking any material, defended or not defended. So when you mix this and with what I explained on the top, it will make a balance. For example, if you're attacking a village with 1,000 player, but you only have 100 steel, it will boost your attack by 20%, because each one give you only half of the boost you can get. Like I explained, players now choose to defend one of the 3 resources. A stone cannot be attacked because of its nature. It's going to be heavy to raid and bring back to your village. I think that would be fair, and that will make the game more balanced. And people can like predict their gameplay better and get prepared. And I now will have some examples so you understand this complete plan altogether. Okay, the example is, imagine defenders defending wood and have 1,000 villagers. The successful defense chance is like this for different resources. Okay, if they don't have any layer of stone, they will normally like defend wood at 100%, and food and steel 0%. So if they get attacked on food and steel, they get robbed. But if the attacker enemy has some steel while they're attacking, it reduces the chance by 20% for a successful defense. So even they're defending wood, and because they don't have a layer of defense as a stone wall, they lose some percentages as a win rate. So they have only 80% chance of defending. So even if they're defending and they are getting attacked, there is a chance that the attacker wins. But this is just due to that they didn't prepare even a single layer of defense. If you have like a single layer or the second layer, you are good. The next example is that with 2 layers of stone wall, even if the attacker has the full steel that is required that they can attack with, your defended resource is not going to get harmed and it's not going to get raided. But with the 2 layer, you gained 40 chance of winning the undefended material, even when the enemy has no steel. So if they have a steel, they can get it back to normal. But if you have a layer 4 wall, which is really expensive, even if they have the attacker has the maximum amount of steel they can carry to the war, you still have a chance to defend the undefended resources. And that is because now there is 1/3 of the option that you have to defend, and I think it's only fair to give the defenders a little bit boost if they are preparing some defense beforehand. So that was all the thing I wanted to explain. I know it's a long shot and it's a big change for the game, but I thought this is a nice thing to have.